Alright, hello guys, UnoPro here, today with my first ever duelist video. I have been playing a lot of duelist lately, got to S rank with Songhai, now have 200 plus Songhai wins, mainly just playing Songhai at the moment. I will plan on releasing quite a few more videos for duelist, and hopefully in the future some other classes as well. So first of all, I just wanted to start off showing the deck list. I am using Karmafai's backstab deck list. I'm not sure if I spelt that right. But yeah, it's a really strong deck list. I just wanted to go over a couple things first that kind of make it more unique or differentiate it from other Songhai lists. So the first thing which I really like about this deck list is Mogwai. Now when I first put Mogwai in my Songhai deck, I was a little bit unsure. It's very slow compared to our other minions, doesn't do a lot of damage, low attack, but then I played it and I really love this card now. Just the ability to draw an extra card per turn, it just means you can play a long game, you can spew out your hand early, attack, and it can easily come back if you fall behind on cards. Not only this, but a lot of the time when I was playing against some of the more heavy control decks, they would just sit in the corner, back to the wall, I couldn't backstab, and just wait for the late game, just killing everything I had. But with Mogwai, as well as other cards such as Heartseeker and Lantern Fox, you can just build up your defenses. Well, maybe not your defenses, but you can build up value, creating more and more threats, drawing more cards, so that your opponent is forced to come to you, forced to actually go on the offensive, especially if they don't have amazing removal, especially like a Vitruvian or something, where they can't really kill your things from all the way over the board if you don't let them. Another one is Silhouette Tracer. This pairs very nicely with 3 Mask of Shadows, pretty standard there, can give you a lot of burst. 2 Lantern Fox, wouldn't really go up to 3, but been loving this card quite a lot. In my deck that I originally got to S list, I didn't have these cards yet, and didn't have quite a few of these cards. But it's very good, and it also helps with that game plan of when my opponent is back against the wall, I can build up for a big Lantern Fox turn. So a lot of the time, especially when you're climbing, if you don't have all cards, your opponents will often just stand against the wall. And then Lantern Fox, Mogwai, you can build up value and wait for a big turn. And then 2x Spiral Technique, which will just be our finisher, and that can actually put a lot of pressure. I was worried originally about having 2, but it's actually turned out pretty well. Okay, so that's enough rambling about the deck. Let's get into a couple games. So with Duelist, I do plan on producing just quite a lot of regular ranked play game modes, because I was watching YouTube myself, and there's some really good YouTubers for Duelist, but just since the game is quite small, there's not a lot of regular kind of commentary, so that's what I want to kind of fill in a bit. And then I'll also probably do some specialized kind of videos in the start. Okay, so we have a very good start here with double Heartseeker. Definitely going keeping that. The only really strong counter to this would be a Ghost Lightning, but it's not very common. So one way which I feel that a lot of players could really improve is by replacing nearly every turn. I see a lot of people, they don't replace it, or they replace at the end. You always want to replace as the first move you do each turn, just in case it could change your play. So before that, you plan out your play, you replace, and then you see if that changes your play, and then you make the play. So here I'm definitely going to be replacing Lantern Fox. This is a very strong start. Mask of Shadows, not too bad. Just going to play one each side, move forward, pretty straightforward. Yeah, so I'm already thinking what I'm going to be replacing. Obviously this one's pretty simple, Mask of Shadows replace most likely. Ooh, okay, that is not the card I wanted to see at all. Yeah, that doesn't help either. I know I'm definitely doing that. The question now is, do I play the mechas or whereabouts? At the moment I'm considering putting it here or here. If I put it here, it'll allow him to trade both, which I don't really like. And I don't like trading both of these into there for free. I think I'll just put it down here. Hopefully he doesn't have a Tusk Boar or something, but even then it's fine. And yeah, I can't give him free value. I need to try and pressure him. Against the Mechazor decks, it can be really hard if they don't get if they get a really good start. So you want to put a lot of pressure on them early. Next turn I have quite a lot of options. I can easily juxtaposition to kill this with my general. I can teleport this everywhere. I can backstab him, or just do 4 damage, and I can even go just for an early Lantern Fox. Looks like my opponent has disconnected. Hopefully that won't stay like that. So if there's any Duel of Champions viewers from when I used to post videos for that game, and you haven't tried this game before, I would definitely recommend it. It's just a brilliant game. It's really easy to get into, great for free-to-play players, and it's got a movement system kind of similar to that. Or even if you just any kind of card game, I would definitely recommend it. So it does look like my opponent is back. I do need to start thinking about what I'm going to replace. Oh, hopefully he's there. Does look like it. I'm thinking about maybe the Lantern Fox, depending on his play, or just replace the juxtaposition. General gaining range. Okay. That is a little annoying, but we can clear it off, so I'm not too worried. But then I can't juxtaposition and kill anything. I do have the option of simply just moving forward, hit him twice, and play a Lantern Fox. It does leave him with 2 range units to do that though. Maybe I'll get rid of this. Yeah. So I can teleport and kill 1. I could teleport to this, move forward and play it. And just let him have a ranged general. It's very awkward only having 3 attacks. But I think that's what I'm gonna do. So I'll move forward, play a Lantern Fox, play it here. Well, I'll play it here because I want to protect this. Well, it doesn't really get protected. Anyway, I'll do this. And actually I think I've changed my mind, I want to kill his range. Not sure if it was the strictly best way to play that turn, but I feel like it's a pretty decent situation. It was very tempting to just break the ranged, but I guess with no other buffs, then it should be fine. So next turn, I'm probably going to be replacing the Kaido Assassin. I find myself, I do replace this card quite a lot. It's probably the worst card in the deck in my opinion. I considered doing it for the one that 2 mana that gets buffed on spells, but it's just better on its own, this card. And I'm not even running Phoenix Fires. So next turn we have a lot of potential damage. He's only 2 away from Mechazor, maybe 1 if he plays it. Yep, only 1 away, so we could be facing a Mechazor next turn, which is very dangerous. Okay, it'd be interesting if he chose not to kill this. What else does he have? Oh, he's inner focusing, okay. That is not the best for me. Sometimes against a Songhai deck, you can just get rushed down and you know, once they play Mechazor, you can't really deal with it. So we will have to see what we're doing. It's also quite awkward on my mana this turn, because I want to play all 3 ideally. So I can kill 1, just deal 8 damage to him. Or maybe even... I need to put a lot of pressure on him because he's going to have Mechazor. Oh, he only has 2 cards in hand, maybe not. Okay, I definitely want to do this. Gonna move down, I'm gonna kill this. Maybe I can save my Lantern Fox. Nah. It's a lot of damage. And I can break his range, yeah. So having a little bit of time trouble this time. The reason I didn't play the task ball was just because you're going to be able to kill it for free here. But this is a pretty nice draw here. So if he has Mechazor, I can probably still have a chance at this game. Just because I need to kill his general. I'm not going to be able to... It's very unlikely I'll be able to survive putting a lot of resources into just killing Mechazor. He only has 2 cards, so there's a decent chance he won't have it. And we do have a fair bit of pressure on him now. Next turn, probably replacing the Saberspine Seal if I can't get a kill. Though we do have a lot of pressure on him at the moment. We have 9 damage in hand, 2 from here, 2 from here. Okay, so he does have the Mechazor. Ah, he has the Inner Focus. If he hits the general, how much damage do we have? Okay. So we have 2... Ah, we're 1 damage off. Okay, this is where things get tricky. Okay, so I feel like I have to just get rid of the Saberspine Seal. Unless... If I replace a Boar and I get Killing Edge, then that's lethal. It's not a very good chance though, it's a 1 in 14 chance. What other options do I have? I feel like I can probably possibly survive 1 more turn. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go for the Saberspine Seal. Okay. It's not the worst. I want to put this... Where do I want to put this though? Okay, well... I'll just keep him in the corner, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, he's gonna be able to kill that way he wants. Then I'm just gonna attack him for 3. It would be nice if I could keep my back protected for this, but... Yeah, I'm not gonna attack. It's quite risky not attacking there, but it's going to be hard for him to deal with all of them just because it's very, very unlikely he runs Ghost Lightning. Oh, I didn't even think about the Frenzy though. That could be problematic. Frenzy here. If he jumps here, where could I have moved instead though? Actually, maybe that is one of the better moves, because I blocked off there. I do struggle a bit for time a lot of the time with Songhai, especially in a close Songhai mirror. So surely he's going to jump here. But then he still needs something to answer this. Oh, I'll backstab him. He's only got 2 cards in hand though, so we do have that going for us. Okay. This is very interesting. Not sure what's going on here. I'm not sure why he wouldn't just jump here and Frenzy. I guess he doesn't realize. Is he... Okay, well, yeah, he just made an error there. He should have jumped there. I got really lucky. If he jumped there, killed my things, ran away, could have Tusk Ball blocking, and then I would have had to draw basically an Inner Focus to win. So we got very lucky there. I don't know how much I could have done differently, just because the Mechazor, except for maybe I could have positioned better on that last turn, though that Frenzy is really going to destroy me either way. So at least that game did have a kind of lesson behind it about versing Mechazor. You want to put a lot of pressure on them early, or have a. Sometimes you can get just a backstab prepared really nicely to kill it, and then after that you're versing a bunch of useless mechs. So gonna keep the task ball. Often it's just a better play just to take their mana tile if you have nothing else. Now I have the choice to go for a Kaido Assassin and replace one of my 3-drops. I'm actually thinking I'm going to keep both because there's a lot of bad draws this early on. I could... Maybe I'll just get rid of this. So I was hoping for a Heartseeker there. I should have planned out my turn early, though nothing really would have made a difference. I was always going to move up there. It does depend on the Magmar, which is a bit of a problem when you verse Magmar. Against like a slower Magmar, sometimes you can go... Okay, this is definitely not a slow Magmar. Sometimes you can just go for a Mogwai plan and just get a lot of value. So obviously getting rid of the Spiral technique here. Now I have a pretty tough choice. Do I just take the 7 damage? Part of me really wants to because I'm very greedy. Alright. I might get laughed at for this, but I just want the tempo. Yeah. I'm just going to go for it. We have more burst potential. And double Mask of Shadows, I can hopefully bait him into something like that. With Mogwai, now I have a Mogwai live, I just want to spew out my hand as much as I can. I want to try and use 3 cards every turn. Might not be possible this next turn, but we'll try. Okay. So, he didn't have too strong a follow-up. I'm going to get rid of the Lantern Fox because I don't have too much support. Maybe I don't want to get it. I'll get rid of the Mogwai actually. Okay. Can we do anything good here? I'm thinking about just doing this. So yeah, I'm gonna backstab this, play the Boron here. Yeah. Should move here just in case we want to do anything with it. Okay, so I'm going to draw 2 cards anyway, so I could cycle Inner Focus. Inner Focus is really strong, especially with this celerity. So I'm thinking about doing this, going up here, attacking him again to deny it. I think I do want to do that. I wouldn't recommend often doing that with your Inner Focuses. Inner Focus is a really strong card, but I just feel like I don't need it. I have a lot of Mask of Shadows here, a lot of damage. He's facing another 6 damage if he doesn't have removal. That's a bit annoying. But has he left us open for the... Oh, we nearly did. Okay, so I think I definitely want to get rid of one of these. Actually, because if we get a Lantern Fox off, I'm going to get rid of one of these. Alright, so my options now are, that gives me a couple more options. I can move down here, equip Mask of Shadows, kill this, and play the Assassin somewhere safe. Or I can run away, play Lantern Fox somewhere safe. This is quite a difficult decision. Or I could even run away this way and play it over here. And stay in backstab kind of area. That might be best. The advantage of this play is that I get to draw my full 2 cards. I actually think I'm going to go for that one. Yeah. And one of the reasons I really like this play is just having this double backstab here means it's very hard for him to defend his back with a minion. If he has the War Beast, that's a bit annoying. It's pretty annoying actually. But nah, it's not too annoying because we can just backstab him. So we have a lot of damage we can throw in next turn. And in the comments, I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts on some of these plays, because even though I've played over 200 games of this deck, there's just still so many decisions to be made. Okay. So the good news is that we can have the option of running away a bit. How much damage do we actually have? 7, 11, 7, 11, 15. Okay, we have lethal there. Yep. Alright, so that was a pretty close game. I think we did have the upper hand for most of it. It just did, taking out 7 damage, I do think it was worth it, just because it gave us the tempo. And against the Magma, you really don't want to fall behind on the board, because if you're trying to deal with big 4 or 5 minion every turn as Songhai, and you're behind on board, it's just not possible. So probably one more game for this video. I'd love for you guys also to just comment below if there's any types of videos related to duelists you'd like to see. I'm thinking of doing some guides, maybe some beginner deck kind of things, basically anything you guys want. And I'm also going to try and, release a couple half an hour videos at least a week. So it mainly will just be playing S-rank games. I can probably do occasional Gauntlet. I'm not amazing at Gauntlet, but I can normally get around 5-6 wins. Alright, so we actually had the same starting hand as the last game that we ended up with. Sword of the Mechazor is very good against Vayner. Though a lot of the time you want it a little bit later on. So I think I might actually get rid of this and go for a bit of a greedy. Hopefully a Heartseeker or a Kaido Assassin is what we're after. Mogwai is just so good. I might be just overvaluing Mogwai in the early game a bit too much, just because it can be hard to get out all your cards. But I mean, that's not the worst problem to have. So next turn we have a very real possibility. We'll probably be going Mogwai and Heartseeker, replacing the Spiral Technique. We'll see what he does though. Hopefully he doesn't have the 3/3 that respawns itself. Yeah, and I'm fine with that. Okay, so obviously we're going to be replacing the Spiral Technique. Hopefully you're noticing that I am replacing a card nearly every turn. I feel like Mogwai is just a better threat on its own. Maybe it's not. Actually, I'm actually starting to lean towards the Mechazor, just because it makes it. But if he goes up here, then Mogwai is a lot better. No, I think I just want to develop the Mogwai. And one of the things I enjoy a lot about Songhai, and also I struggle with a lot about Songhai, is deciding which 3 drops to play, because you have Mogwai, Sword of the Mechazor, and Gorehorn, and against different factions and different cards in your hands, you want to make the same decision. So I'm curious to know what other people would do regards to the Sword of the Mechazor Mogwai kind of debate. When I don't have an inner focus in my hand and only one Sword of the Mechazor, I kind of want to save it. Okay, so I think the first thing I want to do before I replace a card is just move Mogwai up here, because there's no way I'm going to be attacking there. So you've got an inner focus, which is good. It's good to have without a doubt, but I don't think I want to play it now. I could play it here and attack, but I think I would rather just move this back, give it 3 attack, move up, steal his thing, and attack there. Yep. Don't see a better play. So we'll do this. Going to be doing this. I'm not sure if it's best to attack there. I feel like I probably favour board control a little bit more than the average Songhai player. Very rarely do I just purely go face. And I think that's a mistake. Actually, I see a lot of Songhai's verse. Songhai actually can get a lot of tempo early, especially with inner focus kind of things. Okay, not a card you see in constructed very early, very often. I think it just calls for Mogwai immediately just to see what we get. I can backstab him. That is definitely on my mind. I could also play for board control and kill this for free. This is actually quite a tough decision. So if I do this, I switch. I'll play a mech. I probably play my fox here. Switch it over. That is a big threat. I feel like the only way I can really lose this game is if he gains board control somehow. I wouldn't play. Obviously, I wouldn't play land fox. I don't have the mana for it. I think that's what I'm going to go for though. Yeah. Let's just control the board for a little bit longer. Don't know if I want to attack here. I'm kind of really valuing this Mogwai. Yeah, just going to play patient. So sometimes you really just can control the board. You have to know the class. Vayner doesn't have an easy clear like Tempest or Plasma Storm. Against Magma I would never make this play. Just because he's just going to clear your whole board. And then you've given up your advantage. So I would obviously attack with Mogwai. Probably play a little bit more aggressive. But while I can control the board like this, I have just as many cards in hand. I'll have a full hand every turn. I have an automatic 12 damage with Lantern Fox in hand. So this player was only a gold player and probably not a full deck, but it does highlight the fact that you can actually get decent board control with Songhai. The important thing with that is recognizing at what point you need to stop going for board control, because if you try to go for board control the whole game against a Vitruvian or a Lionar or a Magma, it's just not going to work. So I wouldn't be surprised if I have lethal. Let's count. 1, 4, 6, 8, 12. My one short. Because I can't hit with my gen as well, actually. Yeah. 4. 6. 10. Okay, 4, 6, 10, 12. Okay, I just can't count very well. I hope I counted right. Lion Fox, give this +1. So, alright, just managed to count it out. Okay guys, so I hope you enjoyed the video. This is my first duelyst video. I do plan to do a lot more, so give lots of feedback and let us know what you want to see from these kind of videos. Alright, thanks a lot. See you later guys.